I have not shared this before in any video, but my current career goal is to become a CEO for my next promotion, hopefully. A CEO, a COO, a CTO, honestly, any C level. Now, obviously, I would like to be occupy a role or take up a role that fits my set of skills and my experience more closely. But essentially, it all comes down to I want to reach that level. So essentially, the reason why I'm documenting all these videos is because I want to look back at, to these videos and see what did it take from me to reach that level. But if I also fail, I can also look back at these videos and understand what went wrong. So I'm documenting that journey for myself and for you, the viewers. If you're new here, my name is Ahmed Al-Hsani. I am the technical director in Rihal, a software company in Oman, the largest Omani software company. And currently, I oversee the technical side of Rihal. So any software-related projects or efforts, I oversee that. For this week or this past week was the week where I learned the most on about what does it take for someone to operate at that level. And what happened essentially was I went to China. I visited Huawei's developer conference. And during my visit there, I was able to have a few business meetings with people in Huawei, but also from other companies. And I realized there's a lot for me to learn in order for me to become a CEO. And there are a lot of shortcomings and skills that I'm just not competent at yet. But I also have one small achievement where I'm proud about, or I'm proud about myself for being able to overcome a few of those challenges that I felt when I was there during those meetings. But let's start with my failures. My failures honestly come down to a couple of things. The first failure was there's an aura about someone when they have the title of a director or a VP. So I am a director, and as a director, you should be able to answer and behave in such way. And my lack of experience maybe came off during those meetings. First of all, and while this is a small thing, but it really matters sometimes, I met with a couple of executives, technical executives, by the way, and the first thing they did after they introduced themselves was hand me their business card. I didn't have any. And I felt like, oh wow, maybe a business card is very important for them, that because it reflects your status as someone who meets with a lot of people and many other companies or clients maybe. And a business card is a way for others to contact you. Since I don't have that, maybe it doesn't reflect that status that I'm someone that important and I meet with a lot of people, hence I need that business card. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I think there's a bit of truth to that. So that's not a failure from my side, but it's something that maybe it would matter in certain cultures, in certain places. The second shortcoming was, at that level, you should have experience in picking up strategic conversations, strategic opportunities, and what to do about them. In the beginning, initially, I was not able to pick up on that. It took me a lot of listening, let's say, and trying to keep quiet, understanding what's going on with this conversation and where could it lead to. But it was obvious for myself, at least. I hope it wasn't that obvious for the other side, that I lacked in that area. I wasn't that experienced. And honestly, yes, I'm not that experienced. It's one of the things that I really want to improve at. And so as a result, I was not able to understand, or let's say, I was not able to suggest where are the strategic efforts that me and the other side can work on, or at least just have a conversation about that would be of interest to both of us. However, my achievements, or at least the thing that I'm proud about, is that did not stop me from trying. And in all of those meetings, one of them was extremely fruitful, and I was able to suggest things that are of interest to the other side, but also the other side provided me with insights that I felt was very valuable for myself, but more importantly, for my company and how we can work together, or maybe at least have some sort of joint venture or joint efforts in things that could be beneficial for both sides and we could learn from each other. And what I did to make that happen was, first of all, listen. Secondly, from there, genuinely understand what is of interest to the other side, what are they actually seeking, and what could be of benefit to them. Thirdly, suggest where our synergies can meet. And that was not obvious to them, but luckily, I was able to pick up on that even though I lack experience in that area, and it actually worked. He agreed with me, and he wanted us to have a second round meeting. And I felt that was a victory for me. I was like, oh, wow, okay. Out of all meetings, I managed to succeed in one of them, or at least, actually in a couple of them. And we're going to have a second round of meetings because they felt like what I had to offer was worth their time. Very happy about that. I was like, okay, I'll take that small win. At the same time, it's very obvious that I need to really work on myself. If I want to become a CEO, how can I strategize? How can I build relationships for the long term rather than just, have a very narrow focus, which as a director, sometimes you might have that because you don't have that experience to see in the long run what could happen. And how can I suggest that in ways that would be beneficial for multiple stakeholders, regardless of their background?